From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
The ACLU is threatening Montana with a lawsuit over a new rule that prohibits changing the sex on a birth certificate for transgender residents. But the group says the law violates a court order is just ahead.
The summer season is closely approaching, and students are deciding what career path to choose. Coming up, I'll go over the high-demanded trade schools and why instructors are encouraging students to get involved.
Good morning, Southwest Montana, 6:30. We've only got 30 minutes left. Good things.
Morning has been rolling.
Morning is going real fast, halfway through the week, and it's looking good these next couple days. And then I know there's a but to the end of that, but
a little bit of a but to follow after that. So just take today and tomorrow and enjoy that, and then we'll
get outside while you can.
And then we'll get to the rest of it. Right now, it's not too bad outside. A cloud cover keeping the temperatures on the mild side. We're looking at temperatures in the 40s, some upper 40s, even some 50s out there as well. White Sulphur Springs at 39, 30 in West Yellowstone. Again, those are temperatures about where we should be for this time of year. Today, going to warm up into that 70-degree range for the first time in a while. It'll still stay cloudy for the Bozeman area. We'll call it partly cloudy in Butte, knocking on the door of 70 degrees and fully entering that door tomorrow. We'll talk all about that and that rainy Memorial Day forecast all in just a few minutes.
We will see you in a bit. 6:31 now on Tuesday. The Gianforte administration denied it was defying a court order when it eliminated any path for transgender Montanans to change the sex on their birth certificates. A statement from the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services said the emergency rule obeyed the court order, addressed a regulatory gap, and was consistent with law and science. The emergency rule said DPHHS does not believe a person's sex can be changed through surgery. The rule took immediate effect Monday and can last no more than 120 days. The rule was another development in an ongoing legal battle between the state and two transgender Montanans. The lawsuit was filed in 2021 after Governor Greg Gianforte signed into law a requirement for transgender people to get surgery to change the sex on their birth certificate. A judge ordered DPHHS to stop enforcing the law while the lawsuit was ongoing. Last week, the ACLU of Montana threatened the state with legal action after it did not return to a 2017 process for changing birth certificates. LGBTQ advocates say the rule is unambiguously anti-trans.
This temporary emergency rule traps transgender Montanans in a situation where they cannot have access to a birth certificate that matches their other identity documents like their driver's license, or that matches who they are and how they are living their life. And that is not just frustrating, it's dangerous.
And state Democratic lawmakers issued a statement calling the emergency rule a blatant abuse of power. Well, while millions of people are attending college each year, employment agencies say there is a growing demand for trade school training. MTN's Cade Mentor tells us which trades are in the highest demand.
Located right behind me is the welding facility at Great Falls College, MSU. As demand for trade schools continues to climb, instructors say that there's an increasing need for particularly our youth to build some of those hands-on experiences. While the job market may be going strong right now, level of demand for trade labor continues to remain on the rise.
Here locally for our trades, entry-level general laborers all the way up to those highly skilled electricians, the plumbers, our pipe fitters, our welders, carpenters, they're all in demand. It is busy time for all of our trades folks, and they are needing every person that they can get their hands on.
For Trades Division Director Joel Sims, he says there's been a decrease in students entering the trades.
When we first started, we had 3 different intakes that we were doing throughout the year, and now we're down to 1 intake that we're doing. We've ended up losing the construction program on the trades. Our renewable energy program has went away.
Even more concerning is the lack of young people nationwide going into the trades.
We are losing a lot of the skilled labor that we have. And if the young people aren't interested, a lot of those skills are going to be completely lost.
He goes on to say that trades will not only develop the essential skills that are necessary, they can also provide beneficial outcomes for students.
One of which, you have a shorter time and money probably to some type of a employable skill and some type of credentialing of some sort. So for instance, you can come to a semester here for around $5,000, or a year here for about $5,000, and then go get a job, pays maybe $15 to $20 an hour, depending on where it is. That's relatively inexpensive compared to what a 4-year school is.
In Great Falls, Cade Mentor, MTN News.
The electric car boom is coming. Last quarter, 4.5% of car sales were electric vehicles. And according to Kelley Blue Book, that's the highest ever. By 2050, the number is expected to rise to 60%. Dan Grossman explains how this is expected to hurt transportation budgets and what states are doing to recoup those much needed dollars.
I've always been interested in cars. I loved them when I was a kid. I started driving when I was 14.
When we are passionate about the words we speak, they tend to flow freely and bountifully.
I went out there and I thought, well, I'd like to be an engineer.
Such is the case with Bill Wentz, who is a professor of engineering.
I worked at Boeing and actually did first report. We had sliders. This is before BC, before computers.
As much as he is a master of storytelling.
We went through preliminary design, wind tunnel test, flight test, sold it to the Air Force.
I tell you this because it all bleeds into the story of why Bill bought his first electric car in 2012.
I've always been enamored with a smoother engine for a car and something more efficient.
Bill is among the few nationwide who have gone full electric with his ride as he shuttles from his home in Kansas to his job at Wichita State University.
I was planning to exit here, but I don't think I will.
And for all the good his ride does him, the saved gas, the lower maintenance, it's setting up to be a challenge for his state's transportation department.
Currently in Kansas, about 25% of the money that helps fund transportation is gas tax, state gas tax.
In every state, regular gas is taxed at a different rate. It ranges from 9 cents per gallon in Alaska to 58 cents per gallon in Pennsylvania, with an average of 30 cents nationwide. If you drive diesel, the rate is higher. Additionally, the federal government taxes 18 cents per gallon. Then you add on extra fees for things like greenhouse gas programs and tank storage, which vary by state, and it comes out to be a good chunk of money at the pump. But electric vehicles don't use gas, so as their numbers rise, states plan to lose out on tens of millions of dollars each year that would otherwise help fund projects we all stand to use, like public transit, highway work, and road construction.
These are big investments that need to stand the test of time.
It's left transportation secretaries like Julie Lorenz searching for solutions.
When you look out to 2045, which isn't that far away, we estimate gas tax to decline significantly and sales tax to represent 60% of the money for transportation. And that is not sustainable in the state of Kansas or really anywhere.
To counter it, registration fees on electric vehicles are higher, but that's a flat rate that doesn't account for miles driven. So states are discussing the possibility of introducing mileage fees that would charge for miles driven, not gallons filled. Currently, Oregon is the only state in the country with such a program, but it's voluntary as it charges drivers 1.8 cents per mile instead of a gas tax, and 12 other states have received federal grants to explore similar options.
So as we move away from paying based on the kind of fuel we use to the kind of infrastructure, the amount of infrastructure we use, we have to think about pricing it differently.
The impediment to the electric car now is just the range.
Bill said he's happy to pay such a fee as he doesn't drive a whole lot and has conviction that the car he drives is the car of the future.
It's going to work out.
I'm Dan Grossman.